Devils forced into impossible decision. Hang on though, this one's a good one. Tom Fitzgerald's job is to make the team better. Yeah, this does that. Implications here. Let's talk about it. Welcome in to Devils Digest. For all the latest news, updates, rumors on the New Jersey Devils, subscribe to the channel. We want all 100% of you here this summer as we break down the Devils offseason and what to look going into next season. Now, Devils have some decisions to make this summer. One of those being a Luke Hughes contract. Taking a look at the stats this season, 71 games, 44 points. Really turned it on in the second half of the season. Way better defensively than he was year one. You saw his brother kind of take that step too. Quinn struggling early on defense, put on some size, and it's been a much better defenseman. Luke defensively, a lot better. A lot less mistakes, didn't get caught as often as he did. And, we know he's an offensive defenseman. Looked pretty good when he got, when Hamilton went out and he got the number one power play spot. He definitely looks like he's a number one defenseman turning into one of those, and that's where you want him. Now, Devils have a decision to make with Luke Hughes. And there's really only one right answer when you kind of put it all together. They can sign him to a bridge contract, or they can sign him long term. Now, you really don't have an option here. It's a long-term deal. Now, less so much more to do with his play. There's one big thing, although I do think his play has a factor into it. There's one big thing. If you don't give him an 8-year contract, you do exactly what Jim Rutherford wants you to do. It's no secret he wants to bring the Hughes brothers there. And if you let him go to a bridge deal, yeah, Jim Rutherford's going to jump on that in a second and offer sheet him. There is no way you can put Luke Hughes on a bridge deal. Rutherford knows he needs to keep Quinn Hughes. He knows the only way he can do that is by bringing Jack and Luke over. That would be, he would have just struck gold if he's able to get New Jersey to sign Luke Hughes to a bridge deal. He'd be all over it. You all of a sudden having all the power, you lost it all right there because he'll give Luke what he wants. The way you got to think about this, you can go ahead, you can go and look at Luke's first 2 years have been very good. Whatever kind of dollar amount you want to give him, you have to look at it as if you're paying all three. Because that's basically what you're doing. Quinn's already said it. He wants to play with both his brothers. Good feeling that the other ones feel the same way. They want to play for both their brothers too. So Quinn's able to see himself in a New Jersey Devil uniform. The Devils should be able to see all three of them in a New Jersey Devil uniform. They have to find a way to work with both. They have to find a way to get a long-term deal done here. Because if you don't, all of a sudden Jim Rutherford, who has pretty much zero power, or as close to zero as you can pretty much put it, just spread up completely. I was trying to think of a word to put there, but it got big. Just words that mean big. You give him a chance to give Luke Hughes an offer sheet, and the Devils say in a year, 2 years from now, had a bad year, injuries, goaltending wasn't the same. All of a sudden, you completely flip it to see, if it's definitely they're going to come here. If the Devils aren't very good, and it's just some type of fluke year, like, 2 years ago where the injuries really hurt them, goaltending got a lot worse, and it just didn't work out. If you get to that point, all of a sudden Vancouver's in the driving seat. Vancouver now sees a path to get both the brothers over there. So you have to go long-term here. There's no other, we can, do this for Luke. We can do a, 4-year deal because Quinn's up in 2 years. No, they're brothers. They talk. If it doesn't go right in New Jersey and, Luke's thinking about coming over there, Quinn signs a short-term deal in Vancouver, Luke's up in 4, All of a sudden, he's over there in Vancouver. Jack's on the way, not too far after him. I mean, that's kind of how you have to look at this. You have to go long term. Now, I said, does his play, kind of put something into it? Of course it does. It's just not the biggest thing. Looking at his play. Now, before even, you had to sign Luke long term. Before the Quinn stuff happened, I mean, I'm going long term either way. This is a player who, right now, his highest total points in the season is 44. He has a ton of upside. His defense has taken a huge step. I don't want to be in a situation like Edmonton who has to pay Bouchard. I'd rather just go ahead and pay him. I thought with Edmonton, you could just tell McDavid and Draisaitl for the next 8 years, you have a power play defenseman who's going to be a point every game. Can Luke be that? Probably. Will he still get number one power play time with Quinn? That's probably not going to happen. But he's that type of defenseman, that type of impact. Now, I'm bringing up a couple of contracts, if you want to go ahead and pause it real quick, where he kind of fits in. The type of player he is, the type of player he can be, what the numbers look like for those type of players. I brought it up. Now, I don't think he gets to Werenski at, over $9.5 million. I don't think that's something that would happen. But you are asking a young player, a lot of upside, former first-round pick, top 5 pick, to sign early when he really could probably sign a bridge deal and make even more money on his next contract. You are asking him to sign early. So like I said, Quinn Hughes, Jack Hughes, Luke Hughes can all see themselves in a Devils jersey. So the Devils have to find a way to see them all in a Devils jersey as well. So you have to give him, the 8-year contract. Do I think it gets to $9 million? I do. Do I have a problem with it getting to $9 million? No. I like players with upside. Luke Hughes has a ton of upside. I think in the end it works out. Salary cap's going up. He's young. You have the other 2 brothers. You keep them happy, or you have a chance. I'm saying at that point, for part of Luke's contract, you'd have the other 2 brothers. You keep them happy. I would go to the $9 million mark. I'd go to the $9.5 million mark. I don't think it goes past Werenski. I don't think it gets over 9.5. But you saw Brock Faber just sign his contract. Brock Faber kind of struggled a little bit this year. Not as good. Rasmus Dahlin signed for $11 million. Just kind of looking at these contracts. Now, some of these were signed a little bit ago. But where we are right now, he probably fits into this range. He probably fits in the, $8.5 to $9.5 million range. I do think it gets to 9. Because like I said, you're signing a player. He's a little bit younger. Could probably make a little bit more if he waited. But he's probably doing you a favor. He's kind of like letting you know, like, it's okay. We'll bring Quinn over here. I'll sign my contract now. I'm not going to, hold it over you. And then, kind of last second leave. No. But you do have to go long term. You can't give Jim Rutherford or whoever is, in management at that point a chance to go and get Quinn Hughes. I mean, they just signed the coach that he wanted. Adam Foote, a defensive coach. Never a head coach in the NHL. Vancouver had a bad year last year. They clearly have locker room problems. And they signed a coach who was in there when the locker room problems were happening, and they kind of need someone who's probably a little bit more. Not saying this isn't anything against Adam Foote, but they definitely need someone who's mature in there. Not saying Adam Foote isn't mature, just saying they had a lot of problems. They had to get this head coaching right. And their way of getting this head coaching right is getting Quinn Hughes happy. That was their biggest thing, was getting Quinn Hughes happy. I mean, we've seen Vancouver's defense the past couple of years. It's been awful. Even the year they made the playoffs, it wasn't a very good defense. They really are doing whatever they can to get Quinn Hughes. You let Luke Hughes go and have a chance to be, offer sheeted UFA. Jim Rutherford all of a sudden has a path to stealing both Quinn, Jack, and Luke. So, like I said, Vancouver, the Devils right now, they're trying to bring Quinn Hughes. They're trying to trade for Quinn Hughes. Vancouver, they're trying to trade for Jack, Luke, and Quinn Hughes. They got to get a little bit creative. Might be a little bit too tough for them. Don't make it any easier on them. Go ahead, sign Luke Hughes long term. Let me know what you think in the comments. What do you want to see? What type of contract would you like for the Devils to give Luke Hughes? But that's something we got to do this summer. Go ahead, hit the subscribe button. Let me know in the comments. Love seeing what you guys have to say and love talking Devils hockey with you. And I'll be back really soon. So take care, guys.